Now here we've got the tamper evidence seal numbers. So this is mandatory, mandatory in that you'll need to enter at least one, but I do know that multiple seals need to be fitted to the meter installation. So yeah, you're required to provide all the seals that are used in the installation or that are available on the meter installation. So, and I do know they're 6 digits. So for the purposes of our demo, I'll just add maybe four, and I'll do them at 6 digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I just hit tab or click in. So if I do that again, 7, click in, tab, that will give me the next number, 5, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, and that gives me my 4. And I can enter as many as I need to here, and they'll all be relevant. Data accumulator type. So this is the LID portion, whether it's a logger or a telemetry or just an accumulator. Let's go logger for now. The model number is whatever it is, LID 2, and just please provide the serial number. So S N 976 #1. Power source for the data collector will go, so if you click on mains, that's all good. If you select battery with solar power, you'll need to provide the solar panel serial number. So I'll leave it as that. We'll go serial number for the power, for the battery. Is 7, 8, 3, 4. And then the final field on this form is to provide the conclusion, so details on the method used, metering point variances, and provide the maximum permissible error margin. Sorry, to indicate whether the meter point variances are within the margin set by the Australian standard. I'll just skip over that bit, but it is important that it's filled out. Next screen is the compliance section. Does the equipment comply with the Australian standard? So I click yes, and it takes me over to the certification page. If I click previous here, it takes me back to the previous screen, and I select no. It gives me the options on whether the metering equipment doesn't comply, but it can be modified, or if it just cannot be modified. So I'll say it can be modified. I can add reasons, or sorry, I should be adding reasons as to why it didn't comply. And then I can provide the modifications here in this section here to say, yep, it was all good. We changed, A, B, and C, and now it's all good. But yeah, that information needs to be captured here. And with B, it's just the reasons here, and it's considered a non-compliance in that scenario. I'll go ahead and click yes that it complies. Everything's all good. It does not exceed plus or minus 5%. And for our demo, I'll say yes, it's my own metering equipment. The DQP details are already pre-populated here. Data validation defaults to today's date. And now the bottom section is where you'll be uploading all the photos or any support documentation. So the list here in this drop down gives you the minimum required set. Again, as I mentioned in the design certificate, you're encouraged to provide as many photos as possible. It just helps the compliance process, and it helps Water New South Wales be able to identify the meter in the future if they ever need to go out to site. And the way to upload files is basically to select the description. So we'll go meter seals, for example. We'll choose the file, documents, and click open. If you notice here, the description has come in, the meter seals. I can say meter seal number 1, click Save Changes, and now it appears at the bottom there. And then I can add, let's say we're doing meter seals again. Second photo for the meter seals, and there it is. Now, if I make an error, I can remove one, and yeah, and then I go ahead and continue on with the other description. So the meter marker plate. Yep, click save, and then select the next one. So functioning display, readout panel, etc., etc., and you get the gist of that, I think. Then I click submit, and then what will happen is Water New South Wales will retain a copy of the certificate as well as all the photos, and a copy of the certificate will be forwarded via email to the customer at the email address that was there at the beginning. That's it for the validation certificate.